Good morning, Ace Charter High School students. Thank you very much for listening and for paying attention. I appreciate it. Just a few things that we want to pass on to you, and your 2A teachers will discuss this further with you after the video is finished. As a staff and along with Mr. Fisher, there's a few things that we've decided on that we're going to implement during second semester, and that's going to be what this video is about and what your discussion is about. We want you to understand that we're here because we have a passion for education, we love teaching, and we want this to be a place where that you can learn in a very enjoyable environment. And we expect as students that you're going to be here because you want to learn and that you're looking for a place where you feel that you can learn comfortably. The word remediation, the definition, I have it written down here. The definition of the word remediation is the act or process of correcting a fault or a deficiency. Okay, so that's what it means to remediate. So when I talk about the Ace Charter High School Student Behavior Remediation Plan, it's about taking certain student behaviors and correcting them, okay? And we understand that you're students, that you're teenagers, and that there's going to be times that you make, I guess a nice way of saying it is not the wisest decisions. And so we want to help you learn from choices that you make so that you can make better decisions in the future. Okay? At Ace Charter High School, we're going to have some expected positive behaviors. And some of those behaviors include, this is not all of them, but arriving to class on time, arriving to class prepared to learn, following school-wide policies, doing all of your work, maintaining academic integrity, which means doing your own work, treating people respectfully, staying on campus during school hours. We really don't feel that these are tough rules to follow. Essentially, if you're a student who is interested in learning, then these are going to be behaviors that you're going to exhibit. And if you are going to exhibit the opposite of these behaviors, or if you're not going to be able to follow these behaviors, unfortunately, there's going to have to be consequences. And what we did is we created a leveled system of consequences, okay? So if you're late to class or if you're rude one day, you're not just going to be thrown out of school, okay? People have bad days. People say things they often don't mean. But if it's constantly happening and it's happening over and over again, then we definitely need to make sure that we are remediating, that we are changing those behaviors. So level one, if any of these expected positive behaviors are not met for you, level one is going to be a conference between you, the student, and the teacher with which the behavior occurred. So if a student is disrespectful to a teacher, then at the end of that class period, that student and that teacher are going to have a conference. They're going to sit down and talk. They're going to discuss why the behavior was inappropriate. As a staff, we're going to keep a record of this conference so that we know that it's occurred, okay? If it continues to happen, okay, or if there's another expected positive behavior that you're not able to keep up with. So, for example, on another instance, if you are caught cheating on a test during class, this becomes the second offense, which leads to a level 2 remediation. And level 2 remediation is a phone call home. All right, so if it's happening a second time, it's an indication that you as a student are unable to change the behavior on your own. And we need your parent or guardian to basically help us out, to get you to understand why your behavior is wrong and what the correct behavior is. If it happens yet a third time, so now you've been disrespectful, and you were caught cheating, and now for a third time you turn in an essay that you copied off of the internet. Now we're looking at the third offense, and you're going to have a parent-administrator conference, which of course is going to include you. So on the third offense, we're going to call home, we're going to set up a conference, and then you, your parent or guardian, and then either Mr. Fisher or myself are going to sit down, and we're going to have a conference in which you're going to be signing a contract stating that this is your last chance, okay? After 3 different tries, if you are unable to correct your behavior, you're becoming too much of a distraction for us to teach and for students to learn. And we need to move away from that. We want this to be a place where everybody can learn. Excuse me. So After the third offense, we're going to go ahead and sign a contract. And if it happens another time, you're either suspended or removed from ACE, depending on the severity of the action. We're not going to take this lightly this semester. We took some positive steps at the end of last semester to make sure that this is going to be the place, this is going to be a place where students are here to learn. And we want students who are going to get a great education, a different education than maybe what you had previously received at your previous school. But in order for that to happen, we all need to be on the same boat, okay? And there's certain people who we want them to have an opportunity for their behaviors to be remediated. But if it continues to happen again and again and again, then this just may not be the best place for you to be. So it's got 4 levels, and again, you're going to discuss this just for a few more minutes in your class so that you're clear about what our expectations are, you're clear about what the consequences are if those expectations aren't met. Thank you very much for paying attention. We want second semester to be great. We want it to be a positive experience for you, and we believe that it will. I appreciate it. Enjoy your discussions. If you have any questions after your discussions, feel free to see myself or to talk to Mr. Fisher. Thanks again.